Hello everyone and welcome to my GA Sub Opera Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In this General Hospital spoiler, Willow wants Michael out of the picture and wants full custody of these kids as she renegotiates with Sidwell. According to Jay's hospital spoilers, Willow, Kane, and Jen Sidwell have formed a risky alliance that has worked out well for both of them thus far. Nevertheless, Willow may choose to ask for a new contract in order to finally resolve her Michael Corinthos issue. Even though Michael gave up and agreed to share custody of Amelia and Willie Corinthos, Willow was not happy with the 60-40 split that went to Michael. A 50-50 custody arrangement is also unlikely to make Willow happy because she feels that she has to spend more time with the kids. In Willow's ideal world, Michael would be in trouble and she would have complete custody. The stars have aligned, and Willow is now working with a strong man who can turn heads. Sidwell demonstrated his ability to become menacing in response to opposition when he threatened Willow and coerced her into replacing Drew Kane in Congress. And still, Sidwell hopes that he and Willow may have a fruitful working relationship. That's why Sidwell could prove relatively flexible as long as Willow doesn't test the bounds of their relationship too much. And Willow might be Sidwell's idol puppet, fulfilling his wildest dreams. This Congress arrangement may work out well and leave Willow ready to ask for something more in exchange. Sidwell previously aided Willow by allowing her access to the paralytic she used on Drew, which benefited him too since Drew was a burden. Willow obtained practical custody while Sidwell got a more pliant key member in Congress, but Willow may seek his aid to winning full custody next. Once Willow learns her Michael key frame-up has failed, she could depend on Sidwell to somehow set Michael up for a prison sentence. Putting Michael behind prison would be an easy method for Willow to become Willie and Amelia's only parent. Of course, Willow could be okay with Sidwell finding another avenue to granting her full custody instead. There is even a potential Willow may wish for Michael's awful destiny. So, Jay's fans will be curious to see what's in store. And Willow may risk Sidwell's fury by going to him with a demand or at least a plea. Sidwell could be driven to keep Willow pleased, so he might guarantee that her complete custody request will be realized. GA's watcher will recall that Sidwell owes Willow regardless as his decision to bribe Judge Eva Heron is what originally lost Willow custody of Amelia and Willie. General Hospital spoilers suggest Sidwell may land in a position to set things right. So stay tuned for any major custody news to come. And as spoilers, Nathan sparks curiosity in Albrecht but not Brit, and we know why. General Hospital spoilers indicate Nathan West is exhibiting more evidence this week that he is the same old lovable Nathan we used to know before he was brutally murdered and killed by his father, Caesar fashion. He was undoubtedly the runner-up to Jason Morgan when it came to Jay's heartthrobs that kept our world spinning. Since his comeback, we have observed a few things odd with this character that just don't line up. This week, one move in the wrong direction left Liesl Albrecht feeling less than sure about her son's well-being. Is she onto something, and will she follow that intuition until she learns the truth? And as General Hospital spoilers, Liesl loses it. We were all on the edges of our seats when Nathan clapped back at Liesel in the metro court on Friday, insisting that he had every right to follow his heart and that she should step down and keep her ideas to herself. For once, he sounded more like his sister, Brit Westbourne, than himself. Nathan never talked out of turn toward his mother. Even if he found her hard to cope with at times, he never let her have it like that. Liesel's answer to his grown-up temper tantrum was reasonable, but Brit isn't viewing it that way. Jay's spoilers gossip Brit's behaving badly. When Liesel delivered word to Brit that Nathan had just chastised her, he didn't appear to affect Brit one bit. However, that's kind to be anticipated. Brit and Liesel have had several knock-down, drag-out arguments over the years. The daughter has never held back on giving her mom the truth, except when it involves why she faked her death. Brit could put this complaint away under her baby brother finally having a spine. When Liesel conveyed that Nathan wasn't interested in going after Maxie Jones, Brit was more than comfortable with it too. Could that be because she realized all isn't right with Nathan, or that he is not actually Nathan? Is that why she is being so aloof from him? If so, why wasn't she taken off guard by him showing up at her office this week to warn her of Anna Devon's concerns about fashion being alive? Maybe that's because while Nathan isn't Nathan and Brit knows it, Nathan does not. Jay's spoilers is Nathan just as clueless? Of course, we keep exploring the possibility that Nathan is actually the sinister actor behind that fact. He is Peter August. He is Victor Cassadine. And he is Caesar face on himself somehow, some way. The fans feel Nathan isn't Nathan, but an imposter in disguise. That may be accurate, but that doesn't imply he knows it. Is this some sideways take that enabled for a troublemaker like Peter to morph into a clone of Nathan? Or are we dealing with individuals like Jane Sidwell and Rosh Kalam having the capacity to program Nathan's body to pretend it's still Nathan? Post-mortem? Morbid? Maybe, but I gave room for it to be true. A few difficulties might be expected. What do you think? General Hospital spoilers that Brit's syringe dies star ignores Lucas' advice with tragic consequences. Jay's spoilers predict that Brit Westbourne may show off her stubborn side and defy Lucas John's warning. Brit recently offered another strategy to steal her medicines and said he could inject Pascal with sodium pentothal. But Lucas didn't approve. If Brit knocked Pascal out before he could provide her customary treatment dose, she might siege the vial for reverse engineering. However, Lucas turned Brit's plan down as it was too hazardous. In fact, Lucas encouraged Brit to put that syringe away, as he didn't enjoy the notion of her wandering about with sodium pentothal. It was a formula for disaster as far as Lucas was concerned. It feels like a crisis might truly be building if Brit pushes forward with this plan of her after all. Brit will have a strong reason to since Marco Rios isn't going to come through for her the way Lucas is hoping. Although Marco vote to assist and clearly mean it. Jay's spoiler suggests he will meet a stumbling block. Now that Pascal has aroused so much suspicion when it comes to Lucas and even Marco, he may be an issue. It's likely that when Marco attempts to grab a doses from the last known location of the vials, Pascal will pop up and inquire if he is looking for something. Pascal may point out that Brit's medicine has been relocated somewhere and leave Marco in the dark on the new hiding site. Regardless, Marco will meet back up with Lucas soon and realize there is an issue. Britt will wind up counting on Jason Morgan for support later, so he will now certainly be irritated about all the disappointments. Will Britt decide to take matters into her own hands and explore that sodium pentothal idea? It would be foolish for the authors to bring it up unless Brit was truly going to do it. With that in mind, Brit may be ready for Pascal the next time he prepares to deliver her shot. However, Pascal may have learned from his faults following the way Anna Devon ambushed him. Perhaps Pascal will be stronger and more alert than Brit suspects. It might lead to Pascal overwhelming Brit and injecting her with the sodium pentothal instead. On the other side, maybe someone like Lucas or perhaps Carly Spencer may turn up while spying. It's easy to see one of them trying to interfere if they witness a syringe battle in progress. There could be some occasion when Bree's needle gets poked into someone else and creates an unintentional victim, one who just might become a captive at Windermere. Of course, it's also feasible Ross Cullum or Jane Sidwell may just capture Brit after she injects Pascal. That would still put Brit in a tough spot and might entail major consequences. One way or another, General Hospital spoilers indicate Bree's backup plan is certain to go awry. So stay tuned for any unpleasant news to come. Marco's setback, Bree breaks down, and Trina's big move. Trina Robinson to grab a fresh chance. Elizabeth Liz Baldwin observes Brit Washburn experience a vulnerable moment. Plus, there might be common ground amongst enemies, schemes, and setbacks. Let's start out with Lucas Jones. Fans know that he is trying to reverse engineer Brit's medications. However, they have to have a doses of it beforehand. There will continue to be difficulties since there is no way they are going to have the pharmaceuticals that are accessible. Marco Rios will suffer from some type of setback. I wonder if Lucas corners him into assisting out anyhow. Lulu Spencer busted. Over with Lulu Spencer and Nathan West, they end up enjoying an intimate moment. However, it turns out that someone sees him. In this Megzy Jones or maybe Liesl Albrecht, Liesl insists that Nathan and Megzy are soulmates. However, Nathan has to level with her and persuade her to quit meddling. Even Megzy needs to reaffirm and that she is selected Damian Spinelli. So it sure sounds like Liesl has a thick head. Common ground. General Hospital teachers for the week on March 2 hint that Laura Collins will have an unexpected meeting. It will also take Laura that an opponent might not be so different from her. It sounds like Laura could see a new side to Ezra Boyle. The man continues stating that he is in the same boat as Laura. It seems like Ezra has some secrets. What else to expect? As for what more to expect, Harrison Chase and Brooklyn Quatermain make an alarming discovery. Michael Corinthos confides in Jacinda Brackhill. Then a teaser movie shows Michael getting summoned by Dent Falconeri. Kai Taylor will receive some form of offer. Does Willow Tate Kane invite Kai to be her assistant as he was for Drew Kane? Sonny Corinthos has an admission. Meanwhile, Carly Spencer ends up finding the prize. Liz just chance to observe Bree during a vulnerable time. The doctor will also seek consolation from Jason Morgan. And Jack Brennan is outranked and upset. expect the WSB boss to call in a favor. Ava Jerome leaves to assumptions. Elsewhere, Trina accepts a fresh opportunity. And as a General Hospital spoiler, Sidwell is the best villain since Helena Cassadine. General Hospital spoilers indicate that if there is no one thing that fans can agree on when it comes to Sidwell, it's that he is probably the finest villain that his fictitious town of Port Charles has seen since, let's face it, Helena Cassadine. Sidwell is the best villain since Helena Cassadine. That's because he is done so much in such a short amount of time. And yeah, he is also managed to look nice and in the process too. In just 6 months, he is managed to dig his hooks into half the city and practically all the figures on the canvas. He also eliminated Sony and seized his pair, acquired control of Deception's whole supply chain, had full WSB backup and collaboration, and bought Windermere, among other things. Not only that, but he is also humiliated Lucy and sent her fleeing. A lot of people would also agree that nobody has made that big of an effect since Jerry Jacks took over Metro Court. Clearly, Jay's viewers really did have a lot to say about the situation on social media. Some have even reacted with, "I love it," and "I hate that he will be the one to lose." I think it's a touch overdone, like he should have just stayed with the deceit or face on things instead of all this cross. What's next for Sidwell? Another critic commented Sidwell is entertaining and is actually menacing. What makes it better is that he keeps everyone on their toes on one way or another. Sidwell only cares about his son and his business and actually has the power to be a threat and is funny as well. Sidwell is here to stay and I hope he doesn't become like Cyrus, who turned from a mobster to a man wanting to have a family. And then there was this comment as well. "I have liked Sidwell since day one. He's evil, yet lovely and very fascinating. His unscrupulous plans are much more amazing when you have them itemized like this way. Thanks." Then Chase fans will simply have to tune in each and every day to find out what will happen next. And when Brooklyn threatened to call off their plans to adopt unless Chase quit his fixation with proving Michael shot Drew, Chase knew he was in serious trouble and resolved to turn things around. What he didn't expect was to be in problems with anybody else. He needs to remember he could live in a great, spacious state, but where travels fast. Chase's priorities. Chase discovered he was extremely wrong after a fire interaction with his father-in-law. Their encounter starts off as nice and being when Ned comes in after a walk around the grounds with Olivia and Leo. Chase is delighted to hear that Ned has been prioritizing his health and lightly exercising exactly as the doctors have suggested. And before appearing on Chase, Bernard was renowned to soap fans for his time as Nico Kelly on All My Children, the character he portrayed from 1987 to 1990. He played with the fellow daytime alum Frances Fisher in Lucy and Daisy. Before the Laughter, a TV movie recounting the real-life love affair of Lucy Ball and Daisy Arnage. J.R., who went on to star in the classic sitcom I Love Lucy. When Sony first came in Port Charles, he was terrible news and mental health advocacy. Bernard, who was diagnosed as bipolar when he was 22. He has become a mental health champion as a presenter of State of Mind, a YouTube chat program in which Bernard explores several areas of mental health with guests, many of whom are his co-star on GAs. Recent guests to State of Mind include Kelly Thibot, Dominic Jamprogna, and Lisa Locero. While Sonny's had numerous love interests, Bernard is a one-woman man. And he has been married to his wife Paula since 1990. They have three kids and one son, Joshua, who was played the part of Adam on GAs. Bernard's acting credits outside of GAs include The Ghost and the Whale, Castle, A Lover Betrayed, and Victoria Gotti, My Father's Daughter. Okay guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe my channel without missing any update. See you again.